Hey folks, big news today. My outdoor grill. Finally here, and we're going to set it up, and I've got Randy from SABER who's going to help me set this up. He's an expert on it, and we'll be periodically giving you some tips and things to look out for, because we have to convert this from natural gas to propane because I don't have a natural gas outlet. So he's an expert on that, and we'll walk you through some of the gotchas to look out for when you're doing that. And we're going to get this going, and I've actually got my GoPro set up for a time lapse. So the next thing you'll see here is some time lapse, and then we'll periodically cut in with some dialogue talking about what we're doing. So, ready to get going?
Yes, sir.
Well, just want to say real quick, Randy's gone ahead and he's put these leveling pads down to level it up. So this will be nice and even, because my patio kind of slopes down a little bit. So that I really like that. That's going to be nice and level. So with that ready, we're going to start.
So Tom, this is pretty interesting, and this is kind of unique to a SABER. Come on over here, see this hex head and that's at the top. You just take your screwdriver and you just loosen these up a little bit. What that's going to do is that's going to take the tension off of here. You just take and pull these hitch pins, which are all stainless steel hitch pins. Notice that they're right here. If that's tough for you to grab, just take a pair of needle nose pliers. The reason why that we do this, Tom, is that when and if ever that you have to change a burner tube, the fasteners have not disintegrated on you.
Yeah, right.
Pull in the hitch pin.
What's the life expectancy of the burner?
10 years.
Oh, that's
10 years.
Can't say that about any of the other ones I've owned.
That's right. That's right. So
That's the one thing I had to replace the
most
on my previous grill.
Yes. And these are 304 stainless, so it's a high quality of stainless. Okay, so notice that we got redundancy here. We got redundancy that we got an igniter on each and every burner tube and crossover ignition as well. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take and this is just a clamp mechanism that's on the bottom. And why those igniters are on the bottom is that because it keeps the debris out of them. The debris being anything that may or may not get down the net, right? Mm-hmm. And gas is heavier than air, so it's at the bottom, right? So I'm just going to pull those down there just like this. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to loosen up that crossover tube, and I'm going to set it up there. That way they're interchangeable. And I know that one came out of there, and that one came out of there. And I'm just going to lift that up off the back and pull that straight out. Notice that's where the valve would go right into there. And if you feel back into this hole right there, you will feel the opening to the valve. So then we're going to take our hex head, which is specifically designed for this, on both ends, and we're going to take that. So there's no orifice in there now, so we're going to take and insert this orifice to change it over to an LP configuration. So notice that stays right in there, it doesn't come out. So all I'm going to do...
Oh, so you get to it from this angle.
Exactly. So I'm just going to take this, and I'm just going to center it in there with a little bit of feel.
Because that's brass, you don't want to tighten it too tight, right?
It's a brass to brass connection, you are right. So then I'm just going to place that back onto the center. I'll line up my igniter on the bottom here. I'm going to go ahead, slide it over top of there, click on that igniter. We're good to go.
Yeah, I love that there's igniters on each burner, because sometimes I'll only want to use this burner over here, and I don't have to start all three of them and then turn two of them off. I know that's trivial, but
No,
I like that.
Actually, in developing SABER, there was the question, a lot of women felt uncomfortable with the reliability of gas grills. And it was the ignition side of it. So what we did was put an igniter on each and every one of them. That way there wasn't a sequence that you could have to go through like everybody else. And it costs more to do that.
And the nice thing too with the SABER is they have these little openings right here that you can look right down. You can see if you've got flame or not.
That's correct. That's correct. So, put our crossover tubes back on. You notice that one went in a lot quicker now that I kind of got orientated with where that needed to be.
We're working upside down.
Exactly. So this is the third and final one. You may want to let the readers know, the viewers know, that you're going to have some extra orifices, and that's because if you have a larger grill, there's one kit that fits all.
And I love that each one of these has a firewall between them.
Yes, individual fireboxes, which is, again, unique to SABER.
Yep. When I bought my SABER 500, I was in the showroom and David was like going through all of it, showing me all of that stuff, and man, I was sold. I bought it that day.
Well,
but he really gave me a good overview. I took everything out, and when I saw this, I'm like, that is brilliant.
Well, and that forces that super hotted heat up through the emitter plate into the U-shaped grids, and that's really the secret sauce of the SABER.
But see, the thing I like to reverse sear steaks, and it's perfect because I can start the steak out on this side with a probe in it, and then get it to 120, and it won't be overcooked, and then I can hit it for 2 minutes per side on 600 degrees over there. Perfect steak every time.
You know what? It's funny you said that. I did the reverse sear just this past weekend as well, and it was just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Okay, so our burner tubes are all back in place. Our crossover tubes are all back in place. All that we're going to do now is just reinsert our. Some people call them cotter pins.
Yeah, that's what I've heard them called.
In the country, they're referred to, and again, all you have to do is just kind of unscrew this a little bit more.
Yeah.
If you're having an issue with it there, and but in the country they call them hitch pins, is what they call them in the country. So that goes down on there. Loosen that up a little bit. Got that on there. Got that on over here. 2 more to go, and the grill is converted. Okay, good. So that's done.
Okay, we're converted.
Okay. Okay. So converting over, we include extra knobs in it, and these are die-cast knobs, which are very, very, very nice, and they physically look the same. There are differences on the inside on the stops, and notice that this says NG, and this does not say anything, and on the inside it says LP down on the die-cast. The reason why that is it allows the knob to rotate more, giving you the proper gas flow to give you the proper temperature.
Yeah, I was really wondering about that when I saw the new knobs. I'm like, why are they replacing the knobs?
Right. So notice that there's a keyhole right here, which means that there's a flat side. There's a flat side right here. So just work your way around until you feel that it is on there, and then just hold it and firmly put it on. These pull off. They're rather I don't want to say difficult, but they're snug that they go on. Again, the keyhole is right there at the top.
To make a good paperweight.
Yes. And then last but not least, last one. And Mr. Tom's got it there. And again, keyhole there, keyhole there. I just leave everything in the off position and then just lined off the off position on the knob and pushing it on that way. So now you have your knob low, off, high. And actually I'm going to press that down a little bit more.
These are completely different than the 500.
So you want to ignite where that your spark is at, and then you put that on there, and then you go down the low, and down the low. Cool. All right, good.
Now this model has a different temperature adjustments than the 500 does.
No, all the cooking systems are
so they're exactly the same. For some reason, I thought I'd read that these you can actually go lower in temp.
You know, the thing about Sabers is always start at your lowest temperature and work your way up, as you have found they're so well insulated and there's so much mass that once you get them heated up, it's difficult to get them cooled down.
Oh, it's impossible.
Exactly, exactly. So, you know, take and start low. So what I always tell people is just go ahead and start low on one side here, leave these two off if you're going to do some indirect indirect cooking, or if in fact bring these up and bring this up at low. But as you're well aware, if you put this up on high and get it at 700, you'll get a residual.
It's going to take a while to get it down. Well, folks, the SABER EZ Outdoor Kitchen bar series is finally together. It's in the place where I'm going to be using it, and I gotta say, this thing is fantastic. I cannot wait to start grilling on this. So please subscribe to Tom's Test Kitchen and watch for more videos that are going to be including this. I can't wait to start cooking on my new grill. And I'm really excited about having a refrigerator out here. It's going to be a game changer, folks. So please stay tuned, and thanks for watching.